Looks like your broadcast was released on Facebook. Okay, no drama. Go live, edit, remove that. Remove. Save changes. Here we go, guys. I'm in Bogota. I'm with Mr. M. I'm in Starbucks, of all places. It's sunny. It's supposedly their summertime. It's 2:20 on a Friday afternoon. I'm back with Mr. M. I've captured him back from Troy. They're no longer in Playa. And the plan is basically we're in Bogota now until Tuesday. We've got a couple of students here. It's going to be cool. We're going to go out. We're going to hit it today. Then we're off to Cali. So I'm going to give you the dates for Colombia now. So if any guys want to join for coaching, we have got spots available. So let me just type them out. We're going to talk today about the flight was fucking bullshit, man. I got up at 4 a.m. I flew from London to Frankfurt, and the problem with flying with Lufthansa is it's extremely, fulfilling that stereotype of extremely ruthless German efficiency. If you even take your mask down for 1 second, they're like, 9, put it back up. So it's a fucking ball ache. So London to Frankfurt, and then I had an hour wait in Frankfurt Airport, which is bollocks as well because there's no lounge for me to get into. And then I flew 11 hours to Bogota, arriving at 7 p.m. So yesterday I slept like a baby. So yeah, it was crap. Bogota, so Colombia dates. Hold on, let me place them here. Then we can crack into today's topic. If I was faking my own death, Colombia would be a really good place to do it. Colombia dates, Bogota. Line up the questions on the side, lads. We're going to do a open Q&A today as well. So if you guys want to ask anything, you are more than welcome to. 7th to the 11th Jan. Un segundo. Just typing these in now. Shit. No. Bear with me, lads. Just line up any questions in the chat. Bogota dates. Okay, 7th to the 11th of Jan. Cali. This is Cali in Colombia, the capital of the salsa industry. 12th to the 17th Jan. We have Barranquilla, which is a really boring city but has really hot girls, from the 17th to the 19th of Jan. We have Bogota, again, 20th to the 23rd. No, hold on, let me check the dates, 1 second. Richard. 19th to 24th. And then we have Medellin, Escobar's finest. People are obsessed with 24th to the 3rd, 25th to the 24th to the 3rd Feb. Here are the dates. If you want to jump in, you're more than welcome to. So we have 2 students currently for Bogota now. I have 1 student for Bogota the next time, and we have 2 for Medellin, but we've got spaces. So Cali, Barranquilla, Bogota, Medellin, they're all there. They're all going to be sick. Me and Mr. M are spending the next 5 weeks charging around Colombia. If you don't know about Colombia, it's full of absolute smoking girls who are really into foreign guys. They love being cold approached. They're very feminine. It's great. It's a cheap place. Here he is, Mr. M. It's a cheap place to live. To give you some context, I'm staying in a 4-star hotel in Bogota, and it costs $40 and 40 pounds, about $60 a night, which is really good. It has a bar for dates. It has, everything you need, really. So highly recommend getting over to Colombia. As I said before, this is the last year I'm going to personally run a lot of live training. It will still be running with other guys, but it'll be rare that I'm going to be actually doing live training as bootcamps. I'm going to be doing lots of private client work, working with guys one-on-one. That's going to be a lot more expensive. So this is more affordable. Get in touch, info@jamestuss.com if you want to discuss coaching opportunities. And we can go through that. So what have we got? Any questions so far? Hello, Mr. King Cole. Hello, Mr. Kevin C. Elbow cough. What else we got? What are the biggest differences between women from South America and the UK? Everything. Dating in the UK isn't great. So, what to expect from, I guess, Colombian versus Argentinian versus Brazilian women? Because the plan is basically to be in January Colombia, February Brazil, and then March Argentina. So Colombians tend to be pretty open, pretty friendly, pretty promiscuous. I'd say Brazilians are probably the most friendly and fairly promiscuous. They really like gringos. There's a big gringo factor in both. I personally prefer Brazil. I just love the culture. I love how friendly people are here. Colombians can be a bit more reserved. But compared to Europe, they are, compared to say Russia or Ukraine or Serbia, I mean, they're massively extroverted. The IOIs you get here, the indicators of interest are very, very intense. There's a big gringo factor, particularly in places like Bogota, Cali, Barranquilla, because there's not many foreigners there, right? Medellin is a bit more kind of American focused, touristy, so less gringo factor, but the other cities on the Colombia list are very, very good. You're going to be in the minority of gringos, so you'll value rockets. Brazilians, extremely friendly. Argentinians, probably the most kind of, I say, reserved of the lot, but also some of the hottest in the world. We're going to be in Buenos Aires in March and Cordoba and Rosario, so 3 of the big cities. And so it's going to be a lot of fun. I would say probably you need Spanish for Argentina more so than Colombia. And for Brazil, you don't really need Portuguese. You do if you're going out into the further kind of regions, but again, sticking to the big cities, you don't really need it. You've travelled a bit in Europe, haven't you, and me? So, I mean, the main spots we've been together are Poland and Serbia, which we both like. You've been to Ukraine. I didn't go with you for that. I mean, how do those places, I know we're generalising massively if we group Argentina, Colombia, and Brazil together, because they're massively different countries. But if we're grouping, if we're doing a kind of a Europe versus South America, so basically Ukraine, Russia, Serbia, Poland, compared to Brazil, Argentina, Colombia. I mean, how would you say what are the major differences between the two?
Yeah, definitely language barrier being the first one.
Where is the language barrier higher?
So most places in Europe know English, so very rarely, especially if the country is more Western, you're not going to run into English issues, whereas obviously here...
Not in Poland. Not in Serbia. They're both, English is very high. What about Ukraine? What was the level?
Yeah, that's like Ukraine and Russia. I haven't done Russia yet. You have, but at least
Russia it's low.
Yeah, even in Ukraine was pretty low. So obviously some of the more Eastern European countries, there might be that difficulty in English, but for the most part, Poland, Serbia, Spain, even Greece, English very high. Whereas in Mexico, even though Mexico is not South America, it's still a Latin country.
You say it was high in Mexico?
English was pretty low.
In Playa del Carmen, it's pretty good.
Yeah, Playa del Carmen.
Cancun, they call them more touristy.
More touristy, but
Mexico City, it's a bit lower.
Colombia, at least Bogota, it's pretty low.
If you think this is low, it's going to be a lot lower in Cali and Barranquilla.
I heard Medellin's a little bit better.
Yeah, because it's more touristy.
More touristy, but yeah, like Mexico, like you mentioned, Argentina, and then some of these other places. Obviously, it's worth investing, learning a little bit of Spanish, not just for day game, but just in general alone. So that's one of the major differences is the English levels. Another one is obviously the flakiness. I mean, Troy and I have talked about this many times, but obviously when you deal with more Latina girls, it's not necessarily a bad thing, but as we mentioned, everybody's in the moment, so expect more flakier behavior when dealing with Latina girls versus European.
Right.
Because at least in Serbia, Poland, when you set a date with a girl, for the most part, obviously they can flake at any time.
So they put on your coffee cup, ojos que enamoran, which means, did a girl serve you? Because she's put eyes that I love.
Eyes that I love? Oh, yeah, a girl served me, yeah.
Was she hot?
She was okay.
Well, she's keen. I mean, that's what they've written on Mr. M's coffee cup. Eyes that I love. So the girl who served you at Starbucks clearly likes you.
I mean, I
was going to say, as long as it's not a dude, then
no.
We could get MLD to deal with him. What have they written on the other one as well? They just put bello.
What does this mean?
Flow mas bello. That doesn't make any sense to me. But this one is, she's keen on you. So you maybe can close her after if you fancy.
James, how would you say the flakiness difference between? Because I found Europe.
Look, any place you go where it's a holiday location, right? It's automatically going to be flaky, and automatically you should be thinking instant date, instant date, instant date. In somewhere like Playa del Carmen, you are going to get Argentinians who are working there, but mostly people are very transient. They're coming through for a good time, not a long time. The major focus should be always instant dates because people are drinking from 11 a.m. in the morning, sitting on the beach and not doing anything. In a city like this, it's Bogota, it's a capital city, people are going to be working more. It's not a holiday location. So immediately, if you're in a place, just be thinking, is it a holiday environment? Because if it is, you should be focusing on instant dates massively.
But taking out the holiday environment part, let's just say take Bogota versus Warsaw, two capital cities, but one being Latin, other being European. Would you say that, and even in Bogota, normal city in Latin America, would you say it's more flakier because of the culture still?
I haven't had that many flakes in Bogota comparatively. I have quite a few in Poland because I think there's quite a big pickup kind of community. So maybe that affects it. I don't know. It's hard to know, man. I mean,
actually, Bogota, they're actually less flaky.
I haven't found it that flaky here, but places like I think Mexico is pretty flaky. I'll be honest with you. Even especially places like Playa, Cancun, Tulum, but especially places like even as well places like Mexico City, Guadalajara. I think the culture in Mexico is quite flaky. I do actually think the culture in Colombia is quite flaky as well. But I think we've got that kind of gringo factor
where they come through
in Bogota, so they want to see you because you've got a lot of value and you're a novelty. It'll be interesting seeing Medellin where there's more gringos hanging around, where our value is lower overall. I imagine it will be, definitely.
I noticed that too when we went to Playa. It's just filled with tourists and Americans. So I had pretty much had not that gringo factor as we do here in Colombia.
Yeah.
Then some of the other differences is again, what I've noticed.
I translate it. I under-translate it. It's eyes that make you fall in love. She's absolutely gagging for it, Mr. M. So before we leave, absolutely he's going to get a number for sure. Or just get her to write it on the coffee cup, just for novelty.
Another thing that I've noticed is you kind of touched upon it, but obviously in Europe, you can get away with setting up dates in advance, not like a week or something, but a few days in advance. But here I found that it's just better to set it as quickly as possible because especially when I was in Brazil, people not forget about you, but they go somewhere, they're in the moment. So I think when setting up dates in Latin American countries, you should set it up ASAP. Whereas in Europe, you can kind of, it's more like probably back in London or America, you can set it like 3-4 days in advance and they won't forget about it.
The stripped down day game model that we and Mr. M and Troy do now is very, very fast as well. So what I typically do is if I'm in a holiday location, I really like to go, I'll go instant date. I typically won't go instant dates because I'm just doing other shit with my time and it's far better for me to control it basically. So what I'll do is I'll quick conversation, get quite close to her, get the number. I'll make it clear that I'm only in town for a couple of days. I'm going to try and get her out that same night, probably. So a delayed same-day date. And I'm going to get her to the bar in the hotel I'm staying in. I always pick a hotel in the center, in a nice area, with a bar in the hotel. My first date venue is always the bar of a hotel. I have 1 or 2 drinks, maybe a shot, and down I go and try and get with her. It's very, very fast. The stuff like going on like cool cocktail bars and doing cool experiences with her, I will do that afterwards, but it's really focused on getting physical with her fast because as soon as you do that power dynamic shifts. Until you get physical with a girl, she holds all the cards, right? So it doesn't matter whether I'm Ukraine, Russia, Serbia, Belarus, Mexico, Colombia, Brazil. I'm always going for it on the first date, and I'm always going for it within about an hour. I'm going to try and kiss her within literally 5 or 10 minutes of her showing up to the date. I'm sitting next to her. It's very clear what I'm there for. There's no dicky around. I even say during the conversations I have that I'm only in town for a couple of days. I travel full time, blah, blah, blah. If she's coming out, she knows what she's getting. So I do get flakes, right? Because the girls are like, okay, I can see where this is going. But guys, I think the very safe old school version of games, like, you're hiding your interest. You're almost like pretending.
It's like this cat and mouse game.
Yeah, you're pretending that you don't want it. And it's like, we're not saying go up to the girl and do an Alan Roger nutsack where you're like, I need to bang you now, because obviously that is fucking retarded, borderline autism. But what we are saying is really put your hand out, and you're going to find lots of girls, especially younger girls, 18 to 23, when they're those party years, they want to meet, they think it's cool, they're meeting some old guy who travels around, who lives a kind of almost James Bond-esque life, when they're like, what the fuck, you guys travel full time?
Yeah.
So it's playing into that fantasy of like cool, what the fuck is this, an adventure? So there's so many girls that are down for that fast action.
Yeah.
But you've just got to believe that is the case. And if you haven't done that before, understand that is the case and trust the fact we've done this for a long time. We know how it works and just go for it. So with these two students we're with today, for example, we're going to be going out with them and really getting them to go instant dates as much as we can in Bogota.
Yeah. I mean, same thing like when we were in Mexico. Sometimes we would tell the students, you're not, don't bring the phones, just basically shoot for instant dates unless she absolutely can't do it. Then you get the number. But I just found that getting numbers in South American countries a lot different than European. They don't mean as much.
100%. Which parts of Brazil have you been to? I've been quite far, all over. If you want info on it, send me an email, info@jamestuffs.com, include your WhatsApp number. That goes for any questions. Include your WhatsApp number. Happy to talk you through whatever. But, Rio, Sao Paulo, Florianopolis, Belo Horizonte, Recife, Guayana, Ilha Grande, Palena. I've traveled around Brazil extensively. It's good. How are your language skills? I mean, my Spanish is average, but it's enough to get by. My Portuguese is better.
Los Angeles.
No, have you?
Nope.
Anything else? I've had success renting local Airbnbs, apartment versus 4-star hotels. So I used to be all about the Airbnbs back in the day. I started off when I was on very little money, traveling around and just doing a private room in an Airbnb. Then when I started earning more money, I upgraded to an entire apartment in Airbnb. But then I switched to hotels because I was just like, usually the hotels are better because they can get real estate right in the middle of the city, whereas Airbnbs tend to be more residential areas. So straight away for approaching and dating purposes to be around bars, I think hotels are better situated from stop. Airbnb have put their price up as well. So I personally think a lot of countries, you get far better value being a hotel. Usually they include breakfast. Usually they've got a bar there, so logistics are great. Usually they've got a gym. And they clean your room and all that shit the next day. I think personally, I think it's a no-brainer to stay in hotels. Use Booking.com. It's the best website for it, but you can compare pricing. But I'm like genius level 2 or 3 or whatever it is, so I get discount, and that just means you've booked a lot of times in Booking.com. Yeah, even if you occasionally I book an apartment on Booking.com, but I still do that on Booking.com rather than Airbnb. It still works out cheaper because Airbnb they rack up all these extra charges and cleaning fees.
And a lot of them you can't get a refund if you wanted to cancel last minute.
What was it going to? Mr. M is Chad Light with Hunter Eyes. What's Hunter Eyes?
Yeah.
Let's see.
A guy was mentioning something about Albania that you're thinking about going to.
Yeah, well, I won't tell people when I do, so then the mafia can't kill me. Day game looks like a numbers game for approaching and directing. I've heard girls saying they want a guy who is a good catch. Numbers and skill game, we always talk about 20 to 30 approaches a week to do the numbers part, and then the skill part is obviously converting the maybes into yeses, as old Torreira used to say. It's off topic, but sometimes I feel like I'm obsessed with day game. It's quite addicted to get dates easy. I'm losing a bit of focus on goals. So this is why you've really got to balance it. You want to be going to the gym, meditating, building your businesses,
learning a language,
fighting, doing all these things alongside. Don't become one of these weird PUA guys who all they do is charge around the street trying to get laid. It makes you weird. It's a phase I went through where I was lining up loads of dates on Sundays in London. And girls were asking me, what do you do in your spare time? I was literally having to make up hobbies because all I could say, if I was being honest, is I charge around the street. And that's not good. It's weird. So don't be that guy. Balance it.
And we always tell our students, too, that, like, obviously for training purposes on these boot camps, we're approaching a lot. But when you go back home, you don't want to be doing this, like, all the time. You want to be just incorporating into your lifestyle 2, 3, 4 approaches a day while doing those other hobbies.
100%. What about just skipping the bar date altogether and showing you're walking to your room the moment you meet up with Mr. K, Kofi, who we work with? That's all he does. He doesn't drink, so he's got no real reason to be in bars. He used to work as a lawyer, and now he just so based on that, he had very little time to actually be doing dates. So what he used to do is meet them at Covent Garden Station in London, holding a sports bag, and then literally walk them to his house, which is 5 minutes away, and just say, I've got to just change just got to dump my gym clothes. Do you want to come up for a second? He'd get them up there, offer them a drink, and just basically try it on, game on. So it's a very even more stripped down date model. I personally like to go for a drink with them because I actually like, if it's a girl, like we vibe, it's actually nice to spend time with her and you get on with her. So you need that part of the seduction process. We always talk about this kind of ironic, the chase, the bang and the snuggles to be fulfilled with this stuff. But the seduction dance, obviously the sex, and then the kind of emotional connection with the girl. If you're missing one of those, it's unsatisfying. Hence why pay for play doesn't satisfy men. So yeah, you can do it where you just skip the bar date altogether and walk back, but you're going to get some resistance from a lot of women.
A lot of them are not going to be down.
They're not going to be down for that necessarily. They're going to need something before that, and also you're kind of missing out that process of actually having fun with a cool girl you connect with. So I'm not a big advocate about. I know I'm still going fast in the hotel, but I still want to chill with them and see if they're cool and like have a good time. You know?
You had last time we were in Bogota in December. You had like a 4 or 5 night streak, like every night.
It was fun times. Wouldn't you say it's easier to pull back to an apartment rather than a room? At least an apartment has plausible deniability. A room with a bed, not so much. Well, again, in a hotel, if you've got a bar in there, it's perfectly plausible. So, for example, we're staying in a place called Click Hotel. It's got a bar in the top of the roof, which is open to the public, called Apache.
You should do a live stream from there sometime.
Yeah, it's a very cool bar. It's a nice view of the city. It's a cool bar. It has a live band. It's open to the public anyway, so it's perfect plausible deniability. You're in there. You set the day up there. And then it's just like, oh, let's go for another drink. And before she's even, asked where we're going, you're in your room. So it works good. How do you guys screen for high interest? Do you guys escalate with high interest girls only? Well, not really. I mean, the interest level, if you get a girl's number and she's willing to come on a date, I'd say that's high interest.
Like as long as if they're physically agreeing to meet with you, that's pretty high interest. However, though, if they're kind of dicking around or they're being flaky, count that as medium to low interest. That's simple.
Where is Baz? Do you mean Baz Luhrmann, who sang "Everybody Needs Sunscreen," which is a weird song? I don't know who Baz is.
Maybe
Barry from EastEnders or Barry Chuckle.
Bav?
Oh, Bav.
Maybe.
Don't know where Bav is. I think he's in London. When are you coming to Argentina? We'll be there in March. Buenos Aires, Rosario, Cordoba.
We were just in Playa. A lot of Argentinians are working there.
A lot of Argentinians there.
They're very cute. So obviously, it's good to go to where the source is. So we can't wait. It'll be my first time. You've been to Argentina before, right?
I have, yeah.
Yeah, so it'll be my first time. So we're definitely looking forward to it. James, are you going to write an autobiography on you? This question?
No, fuck that. You can see the autobiography of me posting these videos, basically, of what I'm up to.
That's funny. Any more on what's your biggest or two biggest on European versus South American? Because obviously you've dated quite a bit. Would you say there's a couple that really stand out to you?
Well, the best thing to do is do both, which is exactly what Mr. M and Troy's lifestyles have been, and mine has been for the last 4 years, which is December to April, we spend time in Argentina, Colombia, Brazil, Mexico, because it's the summertime here. And then when it comes to winter in South America, we go to Europe, which is European summer. So European summer starts May through to September. So the best way to do it is do both. The beauty of traveling and, the beauty of COVID, if I can call it that, and obviously it's very sad, people have died, but the beauty of forcing big corporations to allow people to work remote is really, as men, you have no excuse now not to be wherever you want to be in the world. So the way I would say to do it is come out to Brazil, come out to Colombia, come out to Argentina before May each year. And then when it turns European summer, head out to places like Russia, Ukraine, Serbia, Belarus, Poland. Get in touch with us. We can give you all the lowdown, where to stay, wings in the place, leverage the experience, the hours that I put in traveling to these places to make your own trip good, instead of just appearing and being like, oh, fuck, this is shit, because I don't know anything. Right? So knowledge is power. So get in touch, info@jamestuss.com. Include your WhatsApp number. You can ask me questions on any of these locations. I've been to 80 countries now. Day game did all of them. So I've got a bank of knowledge in my head that I can share with guys. So it just really comes down to where you guys want to go. Tusk is the city centre mall, the only best place for day game in the city. Anywhere around the bar areas, so late night street game when it's bar time. So in Bogota, for example, we're going to take the students out now for a bit, but then also like 10 p.m. at night, people start coming out at 10 p.m. So we'll be charging on the streets 10 till 12, 10 till midnight, because there'll be people all out doing day game then. And it's still outside bars, right? So there's very little competition.
Get in touch, man, if you want to see for yourself.
Yeah, is Troy still in Mexico? He is, with his stick in his hand. I'm not sure what he's up to. He's telling us he might come to Bogota, but he's playing hard to get, like Troy does. He's playing hard to get. No shit, we did all this stuff, didn't we?
Yeah.
Any final questions, lads? We'll go till half an hour because we've got 6 minutes left.
Yeah, because we have to meet with the student guys. So anything Colombia related, questions on any upcoming stuff we have, or
do you think masculinity is different in Europe, America? Yeah, I think there's that bro culture, isn't there? America, that kind of frat boy culture of like get to the gym, get in shape. I don't want to say all Americans do it, but I don't like the American culture of sell your soul just to get a girl. They'll fuck their own friends over just to get a pussy.
It's a very bad.
It's not the bros before hoes culture at all. It's the opposite. It's the hoes before bros. And I've seen Americans who are good friends just fucking each other over for women. And it's just like, dude, it's not worth it. Man.
I've had personal experience too, so it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. It's never worth it, guys. Don't be that guy. It says a lot about you if you're willing to talk shit behind your good friend's back.
Not even that though, but just I've seen American guys where their friend is with a guy with a girl, and then the other guy gets jealous and just either tries to steal the girl from their friend, or they go and blow it up and like slag their friend off. It's like, man, what are you doing? Like, it should be that abundance mindset. The ultimate the other way is you see a girl like that your friend would like. So say I know Mr. M's type, right? I'm walking along when he goes, when we separate, and I see that a girl his type. I've done this before. I'll run up to the girl and I've got a photo of Mr. M on my phone, and I'll be like, hey, stop. Nice to meet you, blah blah blah. I'm James. You'd be a really good fit for my friends. And I actually show them a photo of Mr. M, and if they're like, yeah, then what I do is get her number and then put them on a group together and leave the group, or I just message her number to Mr. M. So the ultimate, it's the ultimate that Americans stealing each other's girls, whereas the ultimate scarcity mindset, we all know scarcity mindset is terrible for anything in life, but especially women. Abundance mindset is that realization that there are unlimited opportunities out there and you can go and get them. And actually, if you have a close group of 3 or 4 friends, you all know each other's types and you're all willing to put your head above the parapet. And if you see your friend's type, get her number and set them up. Man, the opportunities are limitless, because essentially you've got a stream of like 4 different people that can bring you hot girls.
It's like revenue streams.
Yeah, it's like a no-brainer. So do that, flip it the other way, and do the ultimate kind of wingman for the other people, for your friends. It will pay dividends in the long run. Trust me, it's a far better way to do it. Who are you coming to Argentina with? I'll be with Mr. M and a cool guy we know called Andrew, who's into game. He's not going to be teaching. He's just really hanging out.
We met him in Warsaw.
Yeah, he's
a really cool dude.
Nice
guy. He's
guy.
going to be showing us too some of the best places to go.
Actually, one of the few American guys who doesn't go around trying to steal other guys with him. Do's and don'ts in terms of keeping safe to Brazil. Come with me, you'll be fine. I've only almost died 3 times. Glory be on.
Tuska's the tour
Amen.
guy.
She's back. Any good books, James? Be more specific. What do you want books on? We've got 3 minutes left, guys. What do you think of asking a woman if she's interested in dating to get a yes or no up front?
I mean, I wouldn't ask her.
Sometimes if a girl's walking away, I'll just say, look, are you single? Do you have a boyfriend? And if she's like, yeah, I'll just let her go. But again, like, it doesn't really matter what's going on with the girl. You go up and you give the compliment. If she's interested, she's going to stick around. You're going to banter with her. If she's not, she's going to leave. If she's saying she's got a boyfriend, it doesn't matter whether she actually does or she doesn't. You've got to think about why is she saying it. She's saying it to get rid of you, basically. So just by running up and giving a compliment and bantering with her, we're being quite direct. She knows what we want, right? Which is the main thing. As long as she knows what you want, that's the main thing.
Just like we were just having lunch, that's the first thing I told her. I'm like, hey, I want to say you were nice.
Yeah, how did that one go?
It went well. Got the number, so we'll see how it goes.
But are you going to get the number before we head off of this one in here?
I don't know.
Is she hot?
She's not that hot, but I'll take another look. Again, guys, for those who missed out, when I was ordering Tuska's drink, this is what she wrote. For those of you that know Spanish or James translate, the hunter,
the eyes that I'm going to fall in love with.
Yeah.
Adam Simmons, what happened to your bonnet? At least I'm not going bald, Adam. Like you. No,
you have to go to that good haircut place. So.
Yeah, I've got the John Elton toupee. I just need to dye it ginger. I have taken girls home very fast. So I met up with a girl in Brazil in Carnival. It was a 30-second number close. Met up with her, walked her straight back to mine, and it was game on. And I've done it in Mexico City as well, where I had a very short interaction and then walked her straight back. I've had same days, but it's taken an hour, 2 hours. I pull girls back from nightclubs or into bathrooms extremely fast, which, look, it's fun. But again, I think what's really cool is if you can find a girl you genuinely connect with as well. The thing is, when you sleep with a girl extremely fast, in my experience, you never see them again. It's always better to let a little bit, feel that tension. Oh, he's going in. He's seen something. Is he approaching the dog? Chihuahua or hot cross bun dog? No. Okay, he's going in. Mr. M to the rescue. Any final questions, lads, before we clock off? Just to recap, if you would like to join us in Colombia, these are the dates. Let me just put it back on the screen now. She's not that cute. She's not that cute? All right, fuck it. Forget about it. Hey, forget about it. Fuck, I keep doing this again. Your laptop's too advanced for me.
What are you trying to do?
Just pull it up.
The dates.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do.
Oh, there we go. That was a lot easier.
Right
That one.
here.
Yeah, there we go. So those are the dates for Colombia, guys. If you want to get in touch, info@jamesstoss.com, or just look beneath this video on my channel. You can book a Calendly call. Include your WhatsApp number if you're emailing. Those are Colombia dates. You're more than welcome to join. It's going to be a fucking blast. It's fucking cheap out here, the cost of living as well.
So many hot girls too.
If you want to join in February, we're going to be in Brazil. It's also going to be a blast. And if you want to join us in March in Argentina, also going to be a blast. If you want to join us in Europe, we've set up Russia dates for July. We've got Mr. M charge around the US doing boot camps there.
Quick teaser, maybe Playa for a few days in February. We'll let you guys know about that because Playa is a very popular place. We get loads of guys asking about it. So
yeah, so basically just get in touch and any questions or anything you need really about the travel stuff, get in touch. You can use all the knowledge I've done of traveling for the last 5 years on being on the road and quads.
And guys, just a quick, my channel link is in the description. Appreciate any support. So I think
that's it. And we had that perfect amount of viewers, which is our favorite number, 69, not us together, but the favorite number in general. And until next time, adios.
See ya.